Okay, good morning. I gotta start with an explanation about the last couple of days, alright? Ah, crazy, crazy, crazy days. The day before yesterday, Ruby went into the emergency room, ended up being there for over 8 hours. She bruised her ankle. It turned out to be what I thought it was, a contusion, but I'm not allowed to know anything down here. But that's. So now she's even in worse shape than she was before, and I gotta listen to her every 5 friggin' minutes. Okay, so that was that, and I was just problems, upset, and everything, running around trying to get things done. And then the next day, which was yesterday, at 10 o'clock in the morning, I get notices that my son-in-law is coming over to help me to take me to the eye doctor so I can finally get new glasses, which if you're looking at them, these aren't it. These are reading glasses, just so I can read what's in front of me. My new glasses won't get here until next Friday, I think. So in the meantime, I walk outside blind, because if I take these off, I can't see 3 feet. Okay, these are for very close reading. So anyhow, 10 o'clock in the morning, you gotta make corn chowder. Well, I have to go to they don't have all the ingredients. I have to go shop. I'm halfway through the recipe. I have to leave, go shopping, get the rest of the stuff. I come back. I finish the corn chowder. Not to my standards, but they liked it, so that's that. Okay, that's done. With that one yesterday. Okay, and by the time then we left to go to the eye doctor after lunch, and by the time we got back, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so that was it, I could have, but I didn't want to. And this morning I'm here. Don't ask me how. I just had to carve up a turkey. I just had to debone a turkey breast, But I don't know anything about the kitchen, I'm stupid. I'm the only person down here that's ever worked with a 4-star chef. I forgot Pete's last name, but I worked for him in for like 5 years. I didn't cook for him, but he taught me a lot for 5 years. Taught me a lot about doing a restaurant, taught me a lot about a lot of things. He's a good man. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but he's a good man. We're the same age, so he's got to be 80 years old now. So I hope he's all right. All right. So now you ready for the day? Okay, starting today. First up is I believe Trump has committed a treasonous act, one that can get him executed if they decide to pursue it. Apparently, the CIA ran an operation against a target in Venezuela, inside the country, a port target. It was a CIA operation. Now, CIA covert operations are never disclosed for the most part. They're top secret. You don't say anything to anybody. You don't give press releases or anything else. Well, Trump decided to announce it and tell everybody what happened. So therefore, the CIA's operation in Venezuela now has probably been compromised, and probably they can't do anything else than what they did one time. Okay, that's it. They're probably guys been down there being hunted right now. And it just blew up their whole Venezuela operation. And they're not even telling people that now, because they don't want to give away more than Trump's already given away. He described the operation pretty good. So that to me is treason. The President of the United States can't just go around and take super classified information and say, well, I'm the President of the United States, I can do what I want. See, that's why I said the documents that he planned on selling them. I don't know whether they would have been worth anything to anybody, but he was going to sell them. That's why he took them, because he doesn't care. Security to him is nothing, That's just so I don't know how he's allowed to walk the face of the earth that way. He should be arrested, charged, and I don't know whether you were given the choice or if it's death by firing squad or if it's I guess you can be hanged too. So, but with his weight problems, I would shoot him. Get a couple of guys with Barrett so they can turn him into hamburger meat. You know, that's just so depressing. Now, another story that appeared in CNN, I believe yesterday, could have been this morning, or part of it was this morning, that because they repeat their stories all the time, he is designing and applying foreign policy for his own personal benefit. Now, if that surprises somebody, then you just don't vote because you're too dumb to make a good choice, really. Because that's been obvious from the start. You go after Venezuela, okay? If you want drug traffickers, they're where I'm living now, in Colombia. They're the ones that are sending the submarines and stuff up north. They're the ones that are sending the fast boats into Cuba and whatnot. This is so ridiculous to blame Maduro for everything. Now, maybe he is involved in the drug business. I don't know. He doesn't need to be. He's got billions of dollars of cash stashed away in the Cayman Islands. At least two that people know about. So, you have this guy designing foreign policy for his own personal gain. He doesn't want the oil leases to go back to the oil companies and everything that they stole. You know, he thinks he's doing it because of drugs. It's not. It's got absolutely zero to do with drugs. He wants the oil. And I'm not sure who he's being paid off by, but I know that the original big company down there was Chevron. And then Hess, which is actually, I believe, Colombian, is Venezuelan oil company. I don't know. But and Hess used to supply cheap oil in the wintertime to Americans. So this is just bullshit. He wants the oil for him, so he can control it. You know. And if I'm Maduro, I said on my way out, I set fire to the oil fields. But that's that's just me. I'm vindictive. What else is going on? Oh, the Kennedy Center. Yeah, the one jazz pianist or whatever he was decided to cancel his concert for Christmas Eve, and now they're trying to sue him. Well, apparently he isn't the only one. A lot of musicians who don't like Trump are leaving the Kennedy Center and canceling their appearances at the Kennedy Center. You see, I'm saying the Kennedy Center. This is all about this. This is now called the Trump Kennedy Center, or the Kennedy Trump Center. I don't know which it is, but Trump's name was put up there, and when it was put up there, that's when this jazz artist decided to cancel his concert and made a big splash because it was a Christmas Eve concert, a traditional concert, and he canceled it because he didn't want to do anything to have anything to do with Donald Trump, and I understand that. I mean, look, you got a guy that smells like shit, okay? People will tell you that. They stop telling you that. You can watch people, they don't want to be around him for too long a period of time. And they all look like they're trying to, hold their breath when they're standing real close to him. They must have some sort of air fresheners going on in the White House, really, and especially on Air Force One. That's gotta be you want to be on Air Force One with the president? Sure, no problem. And that's the Kennedy Center story. And today's Warren Buffett's last day as CEO of his company. Warren Buffett is the leading investor in the I guess the world. I don't know. He's not a trillionaire or anything. It's just that people like what he says. He's pretty right on when he says something. And he's over my age. He's older than I am, I believe. And he decided to retire, and this is going to change everything. about his corporation and everything else. I think he was big in insurance. But anyhow, smart man, and I don't really think he was political, which makes him even smarter, Because why being political bad? Well, if you're political, you tie yourself into one set of values. Instead of being, even an independent does that. So it's better just to be not political and wander around the country and vote when you want to vote. When you see something worthwhile voting for, vote for it. That's my attitude. Otherwise, I don't pay a lot of attention to this stuff. Anyhow, where are we? Oh, we still got some minutes to kill here. Wow. Some good football was played this week. Some bad football was played this week. I don't know what the games are going to look like this weekend. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. This New Year's Day is the first one in a long time that's typical of what I went through as growing up with my family, as a teenager and a young adult, Christmas time. Thanksgiving Day, you went to the high school games and stuff like that. That was college. That it was typically a high school football game you went to from your alma mater or whatever, if you were around. And then the New Year's Day, you had the bowl games. You had the Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Orange Bowl, and I think maybe the Peach Bowl was in there or something. But there was at least those three were the top three bowl games of the year. And from those three games, you had somebody that the press, Associated Press or whatever it was, picked as the champion team of the year. The number one team, final number one team. They don't do that anymore. They have this playoff system because they didn't think it was fair. Part of that, old days, what I enjoyed the most was after the teams were picked and everybody was bitching and moaning about why their team didn't get in, because there was more than one undefeated team. There always is. And sometimes you'd get a one-loss team in, and there were three undefeated teams. And why didn't that were recognizable, but not I guess financially relevant, I was the term I would use. So you sit there and you see this going on, but for the next few months, right up to baseball season started, you talked about it, you discussed it, big topic in the bar industry and whatnot, and I was a bartender, and it was a great conversation, and I enjoyed the bickering, and I enjoyed listening to it, and we would discuss various things, because some people would see a team and I wouldn't see the team, something like that. You know what I'm talking about? And it was great. And then now you got it. They're telling you who's the best team in the country, and sometimes the team that should play doesn't play. Sometimes by choice. Because it's beneath their status. Like Notre Dame didn't want to play in a bowl game this year because it was beneath their dignity or something, because they think they're so great. They're not that great anymore, okay? They haven't been considered in the national championship race for quite a few years now. So I think they can go, think about something else. All right, so listen, tomorrow's New Year's Day, and I'm going to be here. The police have a presence up on top of my hill, so there will be no fireworks tonight. Same as Christmas, which means we'll get some sleep. And my wife's going to a party, which is good. I'm not going. I just can't watch people get drunk anymore. But I am cooking the turkey. Good God Almighty. So listen, that's it. Hit the subscribe button. And again, I apologize for the last few days. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll be back tomorrow, so I don't know whether anybody will be watching. I may not do the live video, or I may just do one. I will. If I just do one, I will let you know. But I think I'll do both. You know, because I'll be bored. But I have 4 games to watch tomorrow. 4 games? I think it's 4 games in a row to decide the 2 teams that play for the national championship later on in January. And I love it. And it's a typical New Year's Day for me, and I love it. So hit that subscribe button. Huh? Help me out a little bit here, all right? Let's get the new year off with a bit, with a few subscriptions. I will see you guys on tomorrow morning. If you can see. So let me wish you all a happy new year right now. All right, say happy new year to everybody. Be very safe out there. It's still not a great holiday to drive around or anything, so just be careful. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great time if you're a party person. And some of you, like the people in Australia, it's already tomorrow, so you celebrated earlier. I watched it, and congratulations to you. Happy New Year to you people out there in England and everywhere else that they're going to be before us. So I won't be around at midnight. I'm not that crazy. Hopefully I'll be asleep. That's how at the age. It doesn't mean anything to me anymore. But anyhow, I thank everybody very much for the past year. Got a few new subscribers. I thank all of you. And I will see you guys tomorrow.